We need you to check your phone. Not for messages, not for notifications. We need you to open your photographs and scroll back. Not to today. Not to last week. Scroll until you find something you do not remember taking. A photograph of a room in your home from an angle you have never stood at. A photograph of yourself from behind, or from above, taken when you were alone. A photograph of a hallway, a window, a closed door, taken at a time your phone records as the middle of the night. If you find one of these, stop scrolling. Do not delete it. The Division of Personal Device Integrity needs you to hear this advisory before you do anything with that image. Unauthorized Image Advisory. Division of Personal Device Integrity. Office of Unexplained Media Documentation. Classification, Image 3. This advisory was first classified in 1991, in the early period of consumer digital photography, following a small cluster of reports from individuals who discovered images on their personal devices, initially cameras, later phones, that they could not account for. The reports shared a consistent profile. The images were of the subject's own home, taken from unusual angles or at unusual times. The subject had no memory of taking them, and the image metadata, where available, confirmed the images had been captured by the subject's own device. Not hacked. Not transferred. Taken by the device. Without the subject's participation, the division was established to investigate. We have been investigating for 35 years. Personal devices have become significantly more prevalent since 1991. Our caseload has grown accordingly. If you have found photographs you did not take, follow these instructions. First, do not delete the images. The division needs them. More importantly, the division has found that subjects who delete unexplained images from their devices consistently discover new unexplained images within 48 hours. The deletion does not resolve the event. It appears to prompt a continuation of it. Second, note the metadata. What time were the photographs taken? Is there a pattern? Are they clustered at a specific hour, a specific day of the week, a specific location in your home? The division's research has found that unexplained image events are not random. They follow schedules. Something is documenting your space on a timeline we have not been able to predict but have been able to observe. Third, look at the photographs carefully before you look away. We know this is difficult. We are asking you to do it anyway. Note what is in the frame. Note what is not in the frame that should be. Note whether anything visible in the photograph is in a position different from where it currently is. Note whether, in any photograph of your home at night, there is anything in the image that you cannot identify. Fourth, do not check whether your camera was accessed in your phone's privacy settings. In 9 documented cases, subjects who checked their device's camera access logs found that the camera had not been accessed at the times corresponding to the unexplained images. The device's own records do not acknowledge taking the photographs. The photographs exist. The device denies taking them. Both of these things are true simultaneously. Checking the logs will not resolve this contradiction. It will simply add the contradiction to your awareness. The division classifies unexplained image events into 4 categories based on subject matter. Category 1, Environmental Documentation. The images show the subject's living space, rooms, hallways, exterior views, without the subject present. The images are consistent with someone systematically documenting the layout and contents of the home. In long-running Category 1 events, the division has noted that the images, taken together, constitute a comprehensive survey of the space. Every room, every angle, every point of entry and exit. Something is mapping where you live. Category 2, Proximate Documentation. The images show the subject in their space, taken from close range, typically while the subject was asleep or otherwise unaware. Category 2 images are taken with the subject's own device, from positions the subject did not occupy. In 31 Category 2 cases, the photographs show the subject from directly above, an angle that would require the photographer to be at ceiling height. The division does not have an explanation for how images are taken from positions that are not physically accessible to anyone in the room. We have the images. We cannot explain the vantage point. Category 3, Directed Documentation. The images appear to be showing the subject something. They are not random documentation. They show a specific thing, a specific corner, a specific object, a specific location in the home, repeatedly, from multiple angles, as if drawing attention to it. Subjects in Category 3 events consistently report that after reviewing the photographs, they began paying attention to the location being photographed and subsequently noticed something about that location they had not previously noticed. The division is still determining whether the photographs are communicating or whether the act of looking at the photographs creates the noticing. Category 4, Anticipatory Documentation. The images show things that had not yet happened at the time the photographs were taken. A room rearranged in a configuration the subject later adopted. An object in a location the subject later placed it. A door opened that was closed at the time of the image and that the subject opened afterward. The division has 14 confirmed Category 4 cases. We have not released this classification in previous advisories. We are releasing it now because our investigators believe subjects who are experiencing Category 4 events deserve to know the full scope of what is being documented. Whatever is taking these photographs can see forward. Or it is causing what it photographs. The division has not determined which. Case Image 38. Subject, female, 34, 2004. Subject discovered 47 photographs on her phone taken across 11 nights, all between the hours of 2 and 4 in the morning. All 47 photographs were of her bedroom. 22 of them showed her sleeping. The angles were consistent with a photographer standing at various points in the room, beside the door, beside the window, at the foot of the bed, once from what appeared to be directly above. She had been alone in the apartment on all 11 nights. The division's technical investigators examined her phone. The camera application showed no access logs for those times. The photographs existed. The phone denied taking them. The division investigator noted, she is in 22 of the photographs. She appears to be sleeping normally in all 22. Whatever was in the room with her did not disturb her. It moved around the room. It changed positions between photographs. It documented her from multiple angles over 11 nights. It did not touch her. The investigators' follow-up note, added 3 months later, she moved. The photographs stopped. She found one new photograph 3 weeks after moving. It was of her new bedroom. Same angle as the first photograph in the original series, beside the door, looking in. Whatever had been documenting her old residence had found the new one. It took one photograph and then stopped. We do not know if it stopped permanently or if it is simply restarting the survey. Case Image 322. Subject, male, 41, 2009. Subject discovered Category 3 event, 17 photographs of the same corner of his kitchen, taken over 6 nights, from angles that progressively zoomed in on a specific point where the kitchen wall met the floor. The final photographs in the series were close enough that the subject could see the paint on the baseboard. He reviewed the photographs and then looked at that corner. He reported that he noticed the baseboard paint was slightly different there, a shade he did not recognize from his own repainting of the kitchen 2 years earlier. He pried off the baseboard. Behind it, in the wall cavity, he found a small object he could not identify, small, smooth, dark, and warm to the touch. He contacted the division. The division's investigators collected the object. The object has been in the division's possession for 16 years. We have not been able to determine what it is made of, how it came to be behind the baseboard, or why it remains consistently warm regardless of ambient temperature. The subject's unexplained photographs stopped after the object was removed. The division's hypothesis is that the photographs were directing his attention to the object. We do not know who placed the object. We do not know who was taking the photographs. We know that something wanted him to find what was in his wall and used his own device to tell him where to look. The division requires the following under Advisory Image 3. Prohibition 1. Do not show the photographs to anyone. In 14 cases where subjects showed unexplained device images to other people, the other people subsequently experienced unexplained image events on their own devices within 1 week. The event transfers through shared viewing. We believe this is because whatever is documenting your space becomes aware of anyone who sees the documentation. Prohibition 2. Do not attempt to stay awake to catch the photographs being taken. 6 subjects who attempted this reported falling asleep despite their efforts and waking to find new photographs had been taken during the period they had intended to remain awake. The division notes that this is consistent with a process that requires the subject to be unconscious, not because it is afraid of being observed, but because consciousness may interfere with whatever mechanism it uses. Prohibition 3. Do not change your routine in response to the photographs. The division has found that subjects who alter their behavior, sleeping in different rooms, leaving lights on, changing their schedule, experience an interruption in the documentation event followed by a resumption that incorporates the new routine. It adapts. It updates its survey. The new routine becomes the thing being documented. Routine change does not help and appears to be documented as an event of interest in itself. The division wants to end this advisory with what we consider the most important finding of our 35 years of investigation. Every subject in our case files is alive. Every subject whose device was used to document their sleeping body, their private spaces, their movements through their home, every single one of them is still here. Whatever has been taking these photographs has had access to subjects in their most vulnerable states, in their own homes, in the dark, while they sleep. It has taken thousands of photographs across hundreds of cases. It has never done anything else. It watches. It documents. It appears, in some cases, to be trying to communicate. It has never harmed anyone. The division does not know what this means. We know that when you look at the photographs on your phone tonight, and we think you will look, and we think you may find something, you should know that whatever took them has been very close and has had every opportunity and has chosen, every time, to simply take the picture and leave. We find this fact almost comforting. We are still not entirely sure why it isn't.